Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah, lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams who are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Eagles going up against the Giants.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles, and he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the New York Giants. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Here we go. 3-19. No, check. Over.
They run with a fifth-round man, Paul Perkins. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. To throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
Well, that's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
It's taken to the 26. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Shift together here from the D-line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. They go with Perkins again. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Michael Kendricks coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And he's got room. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. I would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
They run with Ajayi. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Call it a gain of a couple there, as it'll leave him with a second and just 3. Wentz to throw on second down. Ertz has it left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. From the gun, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
So this was a case of better safe than sorry. All the receivers were locked up, so he had to try and run for it, but he ended up having to slide short of the marker.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up? On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Perkins on first down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Shepard deep. He's got it at the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A gain of 39 that time.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tight.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick Patrick Robinson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll begin the drive with a jive. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Wentz now on first down. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now we have Wentz here still down on the ground. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. He took a hit on that last play. Now let's see how he and the offense respond on second. So a development here as Wentz is out. And in to take over at quarterback now is Geno Smith. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
All right, partner, let's go back over the last couple of plays. Sack, loss of yards on a running play. Not exactly the sequence that an offensive coordinator gets comfortable with when calling plays.
Now it's the backup Smith. He'll rifle this one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Working from the gun, Wentz. Forced out to his left. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Wentz. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. They run for it with a giant. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey Burton, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, they go to Perkins. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking for his receiver Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick-6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. New York set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
Let's go!
On the give, it's Perkins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The Eagles on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Ajayi. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Garoppolo. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down following the run. They run again with Ajayi. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
But many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now a handoff as they run left side. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Okay, even just being nice, the last 2 plays were not very good offensively. So if you're the play caller, was it the team's execution or was it strategy? If it was execution, you continue to call the game the way you're calling it. But if it's strategy, change up what you're doing and figure it out.
Here's Wentz to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
New York set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot
position.
more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. A handoff to Perkins. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The Giants on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jay's going to go. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi, 83 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, here we go.
And the wideout in motion.
Blue 90.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nigel Bradham. From his outside linebacker spot, he comes up to drop him for a loss of 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Giants on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. I got him, man. I got him. Gun. Now. Check. Patriot.
Working from the gun. Garoppolo. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's hauled in by Shepard. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So we have our first challenge of the new season. And remember, a little different this year. Gone is the hood. Now the referees, they're going to be given a tablet so that they can interact with the rules officials in New York.
And they've actually increased jobs. Someone now is responsible for the tablet all the time that brings it out to the referee, right? But we're also going to speed up things. The final call, back in Command Central in New York, they'll tell the official what the final decision is and administer it that way.
On first down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. But the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Garoppolo now. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On 2nd down, Perkins. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now let's go.
They'll try to pick it up with Perkins across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. For Kidder here, it's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Here we go now.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go now.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man right side is Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Giants on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. On play action. Now Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 9. And that'll lead to 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Watch him now, Barney. Over. Back to that Philly. Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Dancing to his left. That is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. And this offense on 3rd down today, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And Frank's kick is good. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. And he lost the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
All right, here we go.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding third and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on fourth down. Let's see what's in store here.
Over! Watch it now, Barney! No, check, Patriots!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now they try the right side here. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And partner, this first...
Like the way it sounds, Frody?
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. Two. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby. That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that in my mommy. I will never give my heart to a I can just make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, all in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that, shake that. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that. Shake it. I got 2 shows, I'm about to pitch another. Throwing alley-oops to my brothers. We all shine, nobody victims. I'm on these sweatsuits, black Pippins. I swag different. That's why the money in the bag different. Come up short, you'll have your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. Every day, get ride around Queens on a jet ski, it's me. Every day, get to the day I die. Every day, get man, I that and I that bouncing up and down. Nearly broke. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it.
Of this broken hymn saying, I'm not, this is who I am. I know you ain't there yet. Don't stop to catch your breath. You're going higher and higher.